Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Today I have in my shop this wonderful 2015 Toyota Corolla S. And that's the opportunity for me to create one of those always requested how-to videos. This one needs the oil change, so let's go do it together. And before we will start, you probably spotted something's missing. I guess this one has a little bit of the hard life. Something's wrong with that front bumper. I guess they had a little fender bender and now it's barely holding on the vehicle, but they keep driving it all the time successfully. And I believe insurance will be taking care of it. So this is the 4-cylinder 2ZR-FE. I always start the oil changes with at least pulling that dipstick so there's no vacuum inside of the engine and it will nicely drain on the bottom. So she's in the air, so I can show you where we will continue working. Here is a engine oil pan drain plug, and here is the housing for that engine oil filter. So I brought my used oil catching caddy. You need for that drain plug 14mm socket. I will crash it loose and hopefully nicely comes out and drains in that pan. See how much pressure it will come out. Nice. And this oil is actually in pretty good shape. Looking through it, it's not completely burnt, so I can see it's a newer engine, newer vehicle. I believe this one has only like 80,000 miles on the odometer. And this is great design because the drain plug and the filter housing are so close you can immediately continue. You don't need to wait for anything and you can continue. So here is the Toyota filter housing wrench. I just click it on my ratchet, and if the previous tech didn't over tight the whole thing, which it shouldn't, because I'm the one who did that last work. Did you see how easy it was? I apparently did a good job not over tightening it. There is a very small torque. I believe it's only 25 Newton meters, and look, I continue immediately with, hopefully you can see it, I'm not in your way, carefully letting that oil also out from here, and you can see hopefully that oil really is not heavily contaminated. I'm taking it out, and that's because the front bumper might look really bad, but the owner actually does nicely frequently these oil changes. Here you can see a detailed view in that engine oil filter housing. So the old filter I already left in the oil caddy, so I continue with replacing this O-ring. That's the sealing element. It's not about how tight you torque this. We discussed the torque, it's written on the cap, and it says here 25 Newton meters. So I start with replacing this green O-ring because it's easier to put it on when the filter is still not in. Pay attention what groove it belongs. That's really important that you put it in the right place, not all the way here. It has its own groove. Then you install the new filter and you are ready to put it back. Why am I wearing one blue glove and one black? That's a 9mm and that's a 7mm. I'm trying to compare them and hopefully review them in some other video. I can wipe clean off this whole area. Make sure it's all clean. It's always good to put a little bit of the oil. You can use the old one, ideally new, but it doesn't matter, on this O-ring so it will easily seat inside. And I will show you that if you do it correctly, you don't need to over tight it. You saw how it was easy for me to remove it, and you also saw there were no leaks. I can actually, if I want, I can go all the way by the hand, which I will show you right now. So you saw me doing it by hand, and then I can give just a little bit of this, and that's it. And I know it was not leaking, and it will not leak while being driven. On the drain bolt I use these blue Toyota washers. Here you can see the ordering number for those. So this is already dripping like 10 minutes. It's definitely enough. And I will carefully torque this drain plug by the hand, but if you want to use the torque wrench, it's a 39 Newton meters. Someone who works on so many Toyotas like I did just develops the feeling you use the same ratchet, not the really big one, and you nicely feel you don't need a torque wrench. I feel that plug, I feel that washer which is there. I know there's no way it will fall off, and of course I will not strip the thread in the pan. When I'm lowering the vehicle, I always stop halfway down because it's convenient level to check the tire pressures. This one shows me it's not enough, it's only like 29, so I will top it to 32 psi. Alright, I got my hose. Way better. And of course I will check all other 3 remaining tire pressures. Here in the engine area I will start cleaning the dust which is around here. And if I remove this, you already get a hint what kind of oil is supposed to be used. It says 0W20. That means full synthetic. To avoid any spillages, I always love to use funnel. I will not do the oil change without it. This one is for Motif X tools. It's MX2301. It was developed specially for Toyota because this thread, there is a rubber seal here, so when you screw it on, there's absolutely no way you will have any oil spills here. What oil to use for such a vehicle? Well, there are many out there. I can definitely recommend this one. It's a mobile one, 0W20. It's recommended for the Toyotas. It's here on the list. So this comes in 5 US quarts, and if you read your owner's manual, this engine will need 4.5. So you can just go ahead, start pouring this beautiful gold liquid. Just don't overfill it. Make sure if you have still something remaining, you stop and start reading here on the back the gauge and pour only 4.5 quarts. You can always recheck the level of the oil in the engine by the dipsticks. So you pull the dipstick out, dry it, Put it back in, all the way in. And then you can observe the level between the marks, and it's perfectly, very actually touching the top mark right here on the dipstick, because the engine is still going slowly down in the pan. So if I will wait another couple minutes, the oil level will be actually above the top, but when we will start up the engine and the oil will nicely spread through the engine, it will be actually just perfectly on the top. So I can remove my funnel. Now let's use the rag so I don't put the drops of oil anywhere. I can put this filler cap nicely back, and basically after I remove this dead little piece of some fly or animal, I will also go fill up the windshield wiper reservoir, check the coolant, look around, and that basically concludes for you guys the engine oil change. For me, I still have to put a windshield sticker, reminder sticker, and I will reset the system, the maintenance system in the computer. So I hope you guys will enjoy this simple video and be subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.